As the general weather pattern continues to evolve this September, a couple of things have really become evident. One, it is a much different September than we had last year. Instead of widespread tremendous rainfall, it's actually been a fairly dry fall so far. Northern Plains, upper Midwest, corn bean belt, back through the northern wheat areas, ideal for harvest weather. More chilly weather is on tap. That's the other thing. We've been seeing a lot of back and forth that have trended to slightly cooler than average throughout most of the agricultural regions of the United States, except, of course, the West, which has not only been burning, but still suffering through just a phenomenal late summer heat wave, and it looks like that will continue. But about the rainfall, I want to take a look here to begin with at this anomaly map. Rainfall anomaly means how different from average it is. So this is a scale where you get into the greens, it's a little wet, the blues are very wet, the brown's a little wet, the red's extremely wet. And this is just for the month of September so far. Northern Plains down through the northern Corn Belt, mostly fairly dry. Nothing really exceptionally dry. It's rained in most areas. See a bullseye there in southern Indiana. And a couple of areas a little wet. Most of this really wet weather that you're seeing down south, that's from tropical activity. So really, it's been a very dry September so far. Going forward, we've got a little bit of a cool snap coming up this week as the jet stream will dive bomb down through the eastern U.S. This is going to send cool weather pretty deep into the Midwest. By cool, this time of year, I'm talking about highs in the 50s, maybe a few highs in the 40s, mostly 50s, some 60s, and nights that might be cool enough for a little bit of frost. So midweek, we're going to see some of that. Some of the Corn Belt will get just scattered light frost, maybe a stray killing freeze, but mostly it won't be too rough. And that cool weather will actually go pretty far south during the week. Meanwhile, what goes up must come down, or the opposite of that. Out west, it remains very warm. Looks like another surge of blast furnace weather with extremely warm weather up as far north as Washington and Oregon. As we go into the first full week of October, I think things will even up a little bit. That is to say, the cool won't be quite as cool, the warm not quite as warm, but the general pattern shape will continue about the same. The rainfall pattern in this particular next 2 weeks, it's a very simple forecast, really. Maybe not bone dry, but mostly so. Over this week through October 3rd through Saturday, I expect little to no significant, maybe a few hundredths of an inch here and there, but the western 2/3 of the country quite dry. If it's going to be rainy, it's going to be in the eastern part. And as we go into the second week here, which would be the first full week of October, that doesn't change very much. Not a lot of rain in the forecast.